Hey, what's going on, everyone? Let's talk a little about Planet of Lana today. So the description of this goes, a planet that used to be a place of undisturbed balance between human, nature, and animal has now become something else entirely. A disharmony that had been in the making for hundreds of years has finally arrived in the form of a faceless army. But this is not a story about war. This is a story about a vibrant, beautiful planet and the journey to keep it that way. This game comes from Wishfully and Thunderful Publishing and can be found on Xbox and PC. So that was obviously the quick description of the game that you can find online, but as to what kind of game this is, it is a cinematic puzzle adventure game that runs about 4 hours in length. It might be easy to compare this game to something like Limbo and Inside, and I think rightfully so because it does have that kind of gameplay and puzzle solving here, as well as the way that the game is presented. But I feel like this also has a flavor of Ori and the Blind Forest, with the beautiful visuals and the overall spirit that is dark at times, but is almost always filled with bright energy to it. And a lot of that comes from the characters. We follow a young girl named Lana, who we get to know a little bit, but not so much from dialogue, as all of that is done in a different language. So instead we get it in the form of reactions and tone of voice. She's accompanied on this journey in the game with a small creature who helps you with the puzzles as you kind of command it to go to certain spots and cut ropes for you, various things like that. And the friendship that they bond with each other is very sweet and made the game just that much more enjoyable compared to what it might have been doing all of this alone. I also have to credit the music in the game for having a very lifting spirit throughout, which added so much to the entire world, and there were multiple points where the music got its chance to shine, and those were some of my favorite moments of the entire thing. However, there are some parts of this game that I didn't enjoy all that much, which ended up keeping it from reaching the heights of Inside and Limbo for me, and that was the enjoyment of the puzzles themselves. I thought they were very easy for the most part, at least to a point, but the biggest issue became the repetition of them and the repetition of similar working puzzles. Because it's a short game, it didn't bother me all that much because the change of scenery and the lighting and just the overall visuals would be enough to distract me, but they do start to get a bit tiring and old by the middle point of this game, and I can see people kind of giving up on it at that point. And that would be a shame because this game shines the most in the second half of it. I was losing interest in this during the 1 to 2 hour mark, and I had concerns that nothing was really going to change, but I was very pleasantly surprised by the last couple hours here. The puzzles were more engaging and difficult, but there also felt like there was so much more going on around me. The setting changes, the mood changes. It was very cool to see that, and without going into any spoilers, I just felt so much more invested in the story aspect of the game. Basically, I just really wanted to know how this game ended, and I was not disappointed with it once I got there. Overall, I think this game does actually have some bursts of enjoyment that I remember having in some of my favorite puzzle games of the past, but the lows were present enough to always kind of bring it down to a sort of middle ground of being a very good but not quite great experience. But I do still think this has the potential of contending to be one of my games of the year, just because I love these kinds of games so much, and the best moments from this game are gonna stick with me probably. But having said that, I also can't say that this is a must play for everyone out there. You have to base that off of your interests, what you enjoy, and if this looks like something you would enjoy too. But it's kind of just your mileage may vary situation here. But that's basically all I have for this one. It's a short and sweet game, so I'm keeping this short as well. There's not too much more to get into. I am still trying my best to get back into the swing of things with these videos, and you might notice another change with the channel, and I'm sorry for doing that yet again. But I'm just trying to figure things out still. I really I care more about making content at the end of the day, and making these changes are just trying to help me with wanting to do that basically. So no promises, I guess, on it staying this way forever, but I feel good about it right now, and I hope you do too. But aside from that, thank you all so much for watching this video. It really does mean the world to me. I hope you're all doing well out there, and until the next one, everybody, take care.